Everybody, today I'm making my first YouTube video. Right now I'm showing you the ingredients of what I'm going to make. I'm gonna make focaccia. So it's a type of bread that I'm gonna make with these herbs and stuff. I found the recipe on Pinterest. No, I didn't make it up. I found it online and I'm gonna attempt it and show you guys. So here I have my handy dandy mixer. This is a flour. At the end of the video, when I post it, I'm gonna show the ingredients list by list and also the instructions to do it. So I have some flour here, 2¼ cups. Have some herbs here. There's parsley, there's garlic, there's olive oil, and I cut some sweet peppers up. This is some yeast, some honey, a cup of warm water, salt and pepper, and olive oil. That's a necessity in making this bread. It makes the crust all brown and crispy and such. So we're gonna start off with heating up these herbs to get it all aromatic and clear, because we want to add it in the flour to flavor the bread. So I'm just gonna add like a quarter of this, because at the end of doing the bread I'm gonna put it on the top. Sorry you guys can't see my face. Like I said before in my previous videos, I'm not very technically inclined, and so I don't know how to flip the camera while videotaping, and apparently my phone can't do that, but I'm gonna try. Hi. So while that is working, I'm gonna put the warm water into the bowl along with the yeast and the honey, if I can ever get this honey out of the thing. So I'm going to stir that and let it sit for 5 minutes. You want the yeast to start to rise. I'm just gonna let that sit, and I'll show you what I have working over here. You don't want it to burn, you just want it to get a little brown so you can get all those flavors up and stuff. Doesn't it look great? I'm sure when you're making it you will be able to smell it. It smells lovely. Garlic and thyme are some of my favorite herbs to use. I don't have any thyme right now. Obviously it's like a supermarket run, but this smells great nonetheless. So while that is working, and we're waiting 5 minutes on this. So while we have all of that working, guys, I flip the camera around so you can get a better view of me, because I'm sure that's one of the reasons why you're watching the video. My thing started to burn just a wee bit, but not like crazy burn. You just get a little dark, more flavor in the pot. That's all I'm saying. How are you guys coping with this whole COVID-19 thing? I've been in the kitchen almost every day between baking and cooking for myself and also my customers. Now I have more time to focus on me and what I want to do, so I take it the positive way. And I've been working on my blog. I hope you guys go and read it. It's Yardine St. Croix /wordpress.com. Go check that out. It's a good read. Been doing that, working on a business plan for my bakery and working out, trying to eat healthy, pray more, read my Bible, stuff like that. Gentlemen, continuing where we started. You see that yeast bubbling up right there? Doesn't that just look great? So based on the recipe, it's asking to add 1 cup of the flour to that and 1/4 of some of our herbs. It's hard to do everything with my hand and a phone in it. And then stir until all the flour is moist. a little bit more of my herbs to this initial flour because I want it nice. By the way, I'm baking bread and I'm working out, and I'm really not supposed to be eating bread, but I really wanted, I've been wanting to make bread this whole quarantine time. And I said, why not make one with some flavor? Can have it as my one carb thing tomorrow. My lunch. So that's nice and stirred. I'm gonna add the remaining flour. And the salt that I had, I added to the flour. You don't want to add the salt to the yeast because that's gonna kill it directly. So add it to the flour and just stir that in too. So after I finish adding all of this flour into this, we're gonna knead it for about 5 minutes with our hands. I thought the recipe required the mixer, but it doesn't, and I don't mind that because I prefer using my hands anyway. I think when I use my hands, I put my love into it. Just going to stir this in. So this feels a little bit like kneading dumpling. I'm sure we all know how to knead some dumpling, especially boiled dumpling. So what you're going to do when it comes together like this is how it's looking right now. I'm going to take the spatula out and I'm going to use my hands. And after I get all of that's in the bowl, I'm going to put it on a floured surface. I'm going to use my countertop right now and knead it. Also, after I finish kneading it, I'm gonna put it in this bowl, which I greased with some olive oil, and it's gonna sit in that for like an hour to rise. I'm gonna need 2 hands for this. So I'm gonna attempt to put the camera down, and hopefully it will be recording my hands doing this. I think so. Yeah. This is going to give me a small loaf. That's all I need because I really don't need to be eating any bread. But if you guys want to double the recipe, that's fine. For me, sometimes when I double in a recipe, I like to do it one at a time. Because you get better results when you just do it the original way. Just adding a little more flour. The dough is still a little warm from the water, which is fine. And if you can find the warmest spot in your kitchen when you're leaving it to rise, that would be great. Right now, tonight is pretty hot. Sometimes when I'm making like yeasty stuff, I heat the oven, leave it on for a little bit, then turn it back off. So it's nice and warm for my yeast product. I did that with the donuts the last time I made donuts. Those came out really good. I like working with donuts because it just takes so much of my hands and it's like really handmade. But then sometimes I don't like it. It takes forever. And they sure taste good though. And them cinnamon rolls, oh my goodness, I still have dough in the freezer. Saving that for cheat day. Or maybe, hopefully a customer orders it before I use it for a cheat day. But I have some frozen passion fruit pulp. I was going to make that into like a jam and use that, test that as a filling for the rolls. So instead of making it cinnamon rolls, you're going with passion fruit rolls. I think that would be awesome. And make some kind of like honey drizzle on top. Oh my goodness, I think I'm going to do it. I should make the video. Yeah. But the dough won't be made from scratch though. It's made from scratch already, but just not. I froze it. Alright. Whoever not working out, this will give you a little workout. Sure. Come my guns. Alright. So you see how it's looking? You see all them herbs sticking out? Oh, it smells great. Alright, so I finished kneading it now. I'm gonna put it in this bowl here. So I put it in the bowl, wrap it with some plastic. If you don't have plastic wrap at home, you can use like a damp cloth, because that's good for making yeast rise. And I'm gonna pop it in the oven. The oven is not on. Please don't put it in the oven that's on, because then you're going to bake it and then it's just going to be one big rock stone. We don't want that. So I'm gonna have it sit for an hour and then show you the result. I'll be back. So I'm back an hour or so later. So look at where our bread is right now. It looks so good. Like, I'm really proud of this. I'm doing 2 pans because I'm gonna cut the dough in half. It's so soft right now, which is what you need it to be. So I'm gonna use my handy dandy cutter. Do something like that. And then I'm gonna put it in. I need to stretch it out a little bit. Make these holes. I probably should just put the whole dough, in this thing. No, I'm gonna test it out. Put holes in it so the olive oil seeps into that and creates a nice crunchy golden brown texture. So I put everything, I pour the herbs all on it, and it's like that. If you have a bigger pan, you could just probably put the whole dough in one pan so you get a nice thicker bread. Mine's gonna be a little bit flat, but it's okay. And then after you do this, you put it to rise again for another 20 minutes somewhere warm. Maybe you can heat up back your oven and turn it back off. Let it sit to rise for another 20 minutes, then you pop it in the oven. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the final outcome of the focaccia bread. You're gonna love it when you taste it. It smells so good. That garlic is like all seeped into it. Yum! It'll be good with some marinara sauce and probably some Parmesan cheese, or you could just have it just like this. Thanks for tuning in. Bye. Till next time. Cut. Okay, that's lovely. See that? Great bread. Next time I'll do a more technical one too that you have to do for overnight.